Arizona sports fan family, how we doing out here today on this not so beautiful Sunday evening. My goodness, Sunday evening. Well, we're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals versus the Philadelphia Eagles post-game show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on through. Let's have a therapy session with Cardinal fans. And if there's any Eagle fans out there that want to come in and talk their stuff, you obviously definitely deserve it. Come through, flood the chat. Come on through, and if you guys haven't already, definitely do me one huge favor. If this is your first time here on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, let's go ahead and just do our quick due diligence, ladies and gentlemen. Smack that like button. Don't do it for the Cardinals, ladies and gentlemen, but do it for the channel. Do it for the culture. Go ahead and smack it up. Let's see if we can get to 50. Right now, we're sitting with 37 people right now watching this post game, and I'm only assuming it's going to go up from there. So smack the like button, subscribe, and join the community. Now let's dive right into this game, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have a lot to talk about in this game, and obviously I think we're going to have some time to kind of open up the phone lines to kind of hear what you guys have to say, right? I think it's very important to kind of hear what you guys have to say, because the bottom line is that, hey, we're all Cardinal fans. We want this team to succeed, but right now we're going through the woes, ladies and gentlemen. We're going through the woes, and it's not a beautiful thing at all. Now, if you guys haven't already subscribed to my social media platforms, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on, or subscribe to, YouTube, do all that stuff. Follow your boy. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this brand up and rolling, so we can make sure that, hey, one voice, one drive to get this Cardinal team to finally get us a Super Bowl, which we're all kind of waiting for, right? That's what we're waiting for as a fan base, to get that Super Bowl under our belt, which at this very moment seems pretty far away. Now, I want to go ahead and let you guys know right now. Big shout out to everybody that's currently in the chat right now. I appreciate you guys for being here, by the way. Now, let me also say this right now. If you guys do want to ask a specific question, there's a lot of people in here right now. Super chat is the best way to do it. Just FYI, helps the channel grow out, and I can see it because it's beautiful colors. So let's go. Let's talk about this game. Now, the Arizona Cardinals did lose this game. Now, the good thing here is that the Arizona Cardinals didn't get blown out, right? The Arizona Cardinals didn't get blown out, which is a huge thing, because the two losses that we had prior, especially that Chiefs game, we just got obliterated. Like, we got destroyed in the Chiefs game. Now, the Rams game, we didn't get beat very much, but that one really seemed like we weren't really in it. But this game, it did seem like we're in it, right? We had an opportunity for this Arizona Cardinal to maybe either force overtime or win the game. But the Arizona Cardinals had this game, and they gave the opportunity over to a kicker that we signed earlier this week, Matt Amendola. And what I've been hearing so far from all the comments and people, they were saying that he's been missing a lot of field goals as well. So not very concerning, right? Not very optimistic for this young man. Now, I did see the video that's been going around the entirety of the Twitter world, where Justin Pugh comes to his aid and basically tells all the media people, shame on you guys. It's not all on him. Shame on you. I know, I seen the video. I'm fully aware that he's not happy, that, everybody's blaming Matt Amendola. I think this is the bigger issue. I really do. I think this is a bigger issue than just the kicker didn't make it, right? This is a bigger issue than we haven't won a game in 8 straight games here in State Farm Stadium. This is a bigger issue than that. It really is. And that's one thing that I want to go ahead and talk about before we dive into this game in detail. I want to talk about this Arizona Cardinal culture, ladies and gentlemen. And for the 55, 56 people in here right now, appreciate you guys for being here, by the way. Thank you so very much. You guys help this channel, do what we do. Now, I want to go ahead and say this real quick, because I was one of those people that spent my Sunday going to State Farm Stadium. I ended up going. I'm a season ticket holder. Me and my brother ended up, being very excited to go to this game. And now, when I went to State Farm Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie to you, this game was very one-sided. Now, granted, I was on the visitor side, so it maybe seemed a little worse than usual, but there were Eagle fans out there that every second chance that they can get, they were screaming EAGLES, Eagles. And it was frustrating. It was frustrating as a Cardinal fan to sit there and endure this, but I don't blame them. I don't blame those fans for coming here and invading State Farm Stadium. It's easy. It's an easy thing to do, right? Cardinal fans don't want to sit and face the music. We don't. And one thing that I've talked about this in multiple different shows before is that Cardinal fans, what they do is once a loss happens, we turn everything off, right? We turn the Disney Channel on. We want to watch Hocus Pocus too. We want to see Marvel stuff. We don't want to sit and face the music because it's hard. The negativity, it hurts our souls. I don't know why. I don't understand why. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, go to the games, spend your hard-earned money, right? Sit there for 3.5 hours, buy some expensive chicken nuggets, chicken strips, beer. I'm not saying do that. But if you take a look at the other channels that are on YouTube or on any other platform that are talking about their team, the Panthers, the San Francisco 49ers, the Seahawks, any other team besides the Cardinals, when we lose, nobody is here. And I want to challenge fans to stop hiding. I want to challenge fans to stop. The culture begins with us. It does. Right now, a lot of us aren't fortunate to go to games because it's expensive, and I understand that. But we need to change the way that we do things. We need to. Because what I've seen so far from Arizona Cardinal fans, where when we lose, we shut it down. We don't want to talk football. We're done. And then we want to start thinking about next week. But ladies and gentlemen, these 5 weeks are important to talk about. It is. It's absolutely important to talk about what the heck we just saw. And honestly, I am jealous for Panthers fans. I am jealous of Panthers fans, of 49er fans, of every other fan base that shows up for this Arizona Cardinal organization. And like I said before, I'm not talking about go to games, ladies and gentlemen. I have 8,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. You know how many people show up on these live streams? 150 tops on a good day. And that's when we're talking post game. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me present Exhibit A. Arizona Cardinal culture begins and ends with us. Show up. Please don't turn off this mess, right? We're all in the same boat. We're all struggling with each other. We are. But one thing I envy so much is other fan bases, even win or lose, they are talking about this team. They're talking about their favorite team on Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays verbatim. And we don't see that with Cardinal fans. And the biggest reason why I'm talking about this is because the accountability that we have for this team is nil, ladies and gentlemen. We already have people in my comments saying this isn't a Super Bowl winning team. Let's wrap it up. Now, granted, I'm saying let's wrap it up too, but I'm talking about for a bigger purpose. I'm talking about for endgame. I'm talking about for the future of this Cardinal organization. I'm not saying turn it down and I'm not going to talk ever again about these Arizona Cardinals. No, this is something that I love to do. But I challenge you, Arizona Cardinal fans, please don't turn it off. Let's talk about it. One voice makes more of a difference when we're banding together than you think. So let me shut this down, right? Let's talk about this Arizona Cardinal team. Let's talk about this loss today that we ended up seeing today. One big thing that I want to talk about here is the offensive struggles for this Arizona Cardinal team that we are still seeing. Now, this Arizona Cardinal team has struggled mightily in the 2022 season thus far. We have not scored a point in the first quarter ever in the 2022 season. So let's talk about the woes. Let's talk about this Arizona Cardinal organization. A, Can't score a point in the first quarter to save their life. I think we've been outscored 38-0. I think that was the stat that was somewhere out there. And B, this Arizona Cardinal team has lost 8 straight games in State Farm Stadium. 8 straight times in State Farm Stadium. So, like I said a little earlier, I'm not sitting here and trying to sit on a soapbox and say, ladies and gentlemen, you guys need to go to these games. Nah, don't go to these games. It's not worth it. Trust me. There were so many Eagle fans out there in that it made me question this Arizona Cardinal culture. Big time. The amount of times I heard EAGLES when I'm just trying to eat some chicken strips and down my beer was absolutely nauseating. But that team in their culture travels very, very well. And it's nothing to do with them specific. That's actually kudos to that fan base. Kudos to that organization that loves their team that much that they're now seeing Jalen Hurts get to the level of where he's getting to. It was bad, ladies and gentlemen. It was bad. Eagle fans taking over State Farm Stadium. This had nothing to do with the offensive struggles in this game, ladies and gentlemen. This offensive struggles has been something that's been plaguing this Arizona Cardinal team for the last 5 games, including this one. Why? Why is this happening? In this live stream, everybody's getting it. It's not just Cliff, ladies and gentlemen. Kyler deserves a fair share of blame as well. I don't think Kyler, whatever the debacle that we ended up seeing in the last 22 seconds of this game, it's on Cliff, it's on Kyler, it's on everybody on that offense. The defense did everything they can to keep this organization or this team alive, afloat, and we squandered the opportunity. We squandered it. The offensive struggles are absolutely brutal, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know why our leader, Cliff Kingsbury, has yet to figure this out. That's why you're a head coach, to figure things like this out, and he can't. Let's take a look at Kyler Murray's stats, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at Kyler Murray's stats. 28 for 42, 250 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not very good. Not very good. Let's take a look at James Conner. Now, James Conner did go down with a rib injury. 9 carries, 55 yards. Let's take a look at Eno Benjamin. 8 carries, 25 yards, 1 touchdown. Rondale Moore, please stop jet sweeping with Rondale Moore. It ain't working. It ain't working. Rondale Moore gave us production receiving the ball. Keep doing whatever the heck he did today because it was working. Marquise Hollywood Brown got busy. 8 receptions, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. Rondale Moore, 7 receptions, 68 yards. Zach Ertz, 6 receptions, 48 yards. Eno Benjamin, 3 receptions, 28 yards. AJ Green, he's around, right? He'll make the catch every once in a while. But there's no reason why our team looks this darn good on paper and we can't score a point in the first quarter. There's no reason for it. And we got so many people saying, well, when DeAndre Hopkins comes back, we're going to be great. Why are we waiting on DeAndre Hopkins to come back? Why? Didn't we not have all offseason to try to figure out an offense without DeAndre Hopkins, ladies and gentlemen? And when DeAndre Hopkins does come back in week 7, he was supposed to be that cherry on top of the ice cream. Wasn't that supposed to be the case? But no, we got fans complacent. Oh my God, watch out when Marquise and D-Hop are together. Watch out. Okay, that's cool. But why are we getting obliterated by the Kansas City Chiefs? Why are we still trying to get the light at the end of the tunnel? This is 4 years of Cliff Kingsbury. 4. It's not like this is the second year, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 4th year of Cliff Kingsbury. Why are we still struggling with the things that we're struggling with? Why? Why? On paper, I would put this Arizona Cardinal team against any roster. I would. Call me foolish, call me a homer, that's fine. But I would put this roster offensively against any roster. Why are we continuing to have these struggles in the first quarter, and why can't we figure it out? We've talked about why Cliff Kingsbury doesn't have an offensive coordinator. We've all talked about it because Cliff Kingsbury refuses to take away play calling from him. He refuses. He refuses to take it away. He said, the moment that I stop taking, play calling, then I am going to retire as the head coach. Well, hey, let's go. Maybe that's what we want. Let me get a super chat here out of the way. Let me get shout out to Jason Krell with the $1.99 donation. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much for the super chat. Why are we continuing to struggle? It's beyond me. Now, I am seeing some people in the chat saying Sean Payton for offensive coordinator. Ladies and gentlemen, really ask yourself, a guy that has won the Super Bowl, do you really, really, really think that he is going, and I'm talking about Sean Payton, right? If it's up to the Arizona Cardinals, then yeah, I mean, we would say, heck yeah, in a heartbeat. But do you really think Sean Payton is going to settle for an OC job? Matt Rule's going to get fired, right? There's going to be a head coach position available. Do you really think he's going to settle for an OC job? Like, really ask yourself. I don't think it's going to happen. If we want Sean Payton, he's going to need to be our head coach. Just plain and simple. Plain and simple. No OC. I would love him as an OC, but it's not going to happen. He ain't going to settle for that. He's a Super Bowl winning head coach. Why would anybody downgrade themselves for a pay from an offensive coordinator when he's not going to have any autonomy because Cliff Kingsbury wants it all? Nah, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Let me give a big shout out here real quick to Terry with the $4.99 donation. It says, I am fed up with not having an OC. Bidwell has gotten enough money out of me. I would buy tickets, but I'm on strike. I will watch on my couch. Well, honestly, I am a strike away or a game or two away from your same feeling as well, Terry. I don't blame you. And here's the thing. This is the problem, right? We have a lot of Cardinal fans happy with this, right? They're seeing the steps in the right direction because they choose to believe the light at the end of the tunnel, which is cool. You can look at it that way. That's completely fine. But why the confidence is my question. And I've opened up the phone lines time and time again to Arizona Cardinal fans to come on here because right now we're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. And I'm going to open up the phone lines because I have yet to hear somebody say why they're confident in Cliff Kingsbury and actually convince me to believe that this man is the guy who's going to get us a Super Bowl, because that's the end game, right, ladies and gentlemen? That's the end game for the Arizona Cardinals is the Super Bowl. Not, oh my God, we got 11 wins. Oh my God, we were 7-0 at one point. That doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't matter that we started off 7-0 last year. It doesn't matter that we were a 10-3 team last year. The respect is not because what we used to be. It's what you are putting on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays on the field. Let me give a big shout out here to MGO. Appreciate the $4.99 donation. He says, we looked okay today. Heartbroken more than mad, but at least we almost beat the best team in football. And yes, I do agree with this sentiment. Yes, 100%. I'm not flying off this chain or this stream quite 100% yet, because you're right? I mean, if the Cardinals lose to the Seahawks, then you will find a very upset Mike. 100%. If we lose to the Seahawks next week, which honestly, the way that the Seahawks are playing is very concerning, because people will automatically say the Seahawks are rebuilding, Mike. We're going to beat the Seahawks. Okay, well, have you seen Geno Smith and what he's doing over there? Because this guy's putting up points. No matter if they're struggling on defense, they are putting up points over there. And that's one thing that this Arizona Cardinal team isn't doing, is putting up points. So We'll have to kind of wait and see how it all shakes out, but that is going to be my moment of panic if we lose to the darn freaking Seahawks. But the offensive struggles, right? It still hasn't been fixed. It hasn't. It hasn't been fixed at all. Let's get to the defensive. The defense looked fire, right? At least in my eyes. Now, there was some moments of, oh my God, please stop this freaking team. Because I'm not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. There was some moments on this defense where I'm like, bro, why? Why are you doing this? Because there was a lot of 3rd and longs that were converted from this defense. But how do you blame a defense that is constantly on the field? Like, how? Do you know the time of possession in this game, ladies and gentlemen? The Eagles had this football for 35 minutes of the game. 35 minutes. And the Arizona Cardinals had it for 25 minutes. 25 and 21 seconds. How do you blame them? How do you blame the defense? They're on the field all the time. Now, granted, the 3rd and longs are really kind of pushing it, right? I'm not trying to sugarcoat this team being like, oh my God, this defense is the best thing. No, I don't think they're the best thing, but I do think that this defense can help us win games as long as our offense can get their stuff together. As long as our offense can get our stuff together, I think this team can win games. I really do. The defense did enough today for this Arizona Cardinal team to wield themselves to score points. We just couldn't do it. We couldn't score more points than the Philadelphia Eagles. And now we're sitting at 2-3. And now we're sitting at 2-3. Defensively, I think Zach Allen had a really good game. I feel like he was everywhere again. 1 sack. He had a bat down. Byron Murphy, I feel like, was everywhere. I think he shared a sack with somebody as well, right? Byron Murphy ended up sharing a sack with somebody. It was J.J. Watt. So J.J. Watt and Byron Murphy shared the sack. So there was only 2 sacks this game. So yes, I feel like the defense did do very well, but there's still some concerns with the defense. There is. Now, excuse this fire emoji right here that I have, obviously on this banner. I think they did very well, but there's still some holes on this defense that we need to get corrected. Our edge players, Marcus Golden and Dennis Garrett, I love them. I think they're great people, but they ain't getting the job done on the edge. They're not getting it done. I like the junkyard dog. I really do. Trust me when I say I really do like Marcus Golden. Dennis Garrett, I think he's cool. I think it's an underdog story. I like it. But they ain't getting the job done. And that was a big concern coming into the season, right? Okay, Chandler Jones is gone. Who is next? Who's going to be the player stepping up? Steve Keim sat on his hands. This offseason, Steve Keim sat on his hands. And VJ, which is Vance Joseph, has done what he can do with the players that he has. I think Vance Joseph has done better with these last few games. They did enough for us to stay in games, and that's all you can really ask for. That's all you can really ask for. So, me with this, this banner, the defense looked fire. Yeah, I do think that this defense looked good. But there are still some issues on the defensive side of the ball. Edge, rusher, it's almost non-existent. There's no pressure. All the pressure comes up from the middle. JJ and Allen. That's the only thing that comes from us. So I understand there's a lot of people upset with, Vance Joseph, but also look at it on the other side of the coin. Mr. Steve Keim literally sat on his hands this offseason. He hired nobody. We didn't get better from last year's, right? I don't feel like we got better. Well, maybe the wide receiving core adding, Marquise Hollywood Brown, but other than that, I don't think we got better as a team. And we've seen the offensive struggles. Have we gotten better? I don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're starting to see the decline of this Arizona Cardinal team, and I think we're lucky that we're sitting at 2-3 right now. I think we're lucky that we're sitting at 2-3 because we could have easily been at a 1-4 team right now if the Raiders didn't squander their opportunity. I think we're lucky that we're 2-3. 110%. We could have easily been a 1-4 team. Let that sink in for a little bit. The only team that we actually beat was the freaking Panthers. The Raiders was a miracle that we won in overtime. Kyler Murray had to pull every bag of trick out there in order for us to get that. So yes, I do believe our defense looked good, but I also do feel like there's a lot more stuff that we need to talk about. In this team so far hasn't impressed. I'm not gonna lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna be an Arizona Cardinal fan through and through. It's what I do. It's what I talk about. Right? It's what I watch on Sundays. It's what I look forward to. But this team is not the same team as last year. Hot take. Maybe not so hot take, but honestly, I think that's a darn truth right there. This Arizona Cardinal team could have easily been a 1-4 team. No. We got blessed. We got blessed and we're 2-3. And then we got Cardinal fans saying, "Oh my God, well, when DeAndre Hopkins comes back, we're gonna kill it." Are you sure? I don't think this is all on missing one piece. There's a bigger rooted issue here, ladies and gentlemen. There's a deeper rooted issue going on within this organization. It's a deep rooted issue that nobody wants to talk about. And honestly, I think we need to start talking about it a little bit more, and that's K1. I love him to death. He's my quarterback, but he needs to be better. K1 needs to play like $230 million. That's how K1 needs to be. I love him. I got 2 jerseys, and he's going to be my quarterback through and through. I promise. But there's a deeper root issue here that we might be dealing with. I still, to the day, don't believe that Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury like each other. I still think that. I honestly still think within my heart and soul that they do not like each other. They have 2 different visions. Kyler wants to go this way. Cliff wants to go that way. Did you hear the press conference and what we ended up hearing from Cliff Kingsbury, right? So Kyler Murray goes up the field, right? Comes down, and the next thing to do was spike the ball because the people, that they called the play call, they said spike the ball because everybody thought that they had a first down. Why is there no autonomy to have Kyler Murray do whatever the heck he wants to do? He's getting paid $230 million. If the ball came back, why not put it on Kyler Murray? Why are we listening to Mr. Cliff? Clocking the ball and putting it in the leg of Matt Amendola was a mistake. Mistake City. Let me get to these super chats that we have right here. We got MGO saying, "I'm scared of Seattle's offense, but we're good on the road, and D has been looking good besides week 1 and Devon Kennard." Appreciate the super chat, MGO. Thank you so very much. It means the world. We got Jason Krell says, "Cliff and Kime sucks. They need to go." Well, yes, we've been talking about them for quite some time on this channel, and we're only going to continue to talk about them as long as we need to, because 2-3, to me, I'm not satisfied with that, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's a lot of Cardinal fans out there that are satisfied with the 2-3 because we don't have DeAndre Hopkins. Wow. Because we don't have DeAndre Hopkins, they're happy with 2-3. They're happy with 3-3 if we can beat the Seattle Seahawks. But right now, can we beat the Seattle Seahawks? Can we? The Seahawks are putting up 25 plus points every single game. Geno Smith is playing out of his mind. That's a story for a different day. We ain't going there. A lot of concerns. with this Arizona Cardinal team. A lot of concerns. We got a comment right here. It says, you can tell Kyler wants Cliff gone after the argument in Carolina last week. I'm telling you, something is happening where I think they're civil with each other for the most part, but when it gets down to the game day of people getting into it, I honestly don't think they like each other. I honestly do not think they like each other. They got two different visions for this team. And for some darn reason, Michael Bidwell wants to marry them together. Cliff Kingsbury, you're married to Kyler. Kyler, you're married to Cliff. Why? What has Cliff done? What has he done? Ladies and gentlemen, have you taken a look at Cliff Kingsbury's record? I'm going to open up the phone lines. By the way, for 130 people that are in here right now, if you guys want to jump on, I'm going to be opening up the phone lines here right now. I'm going to be opening it up pretty soon. So just FYI, stay tuned. If you guys want to come through, definitely I'm going to open up the phone lines here pretty soon. You know what Cliff Kingsbury's record is in the NFL? Let me know in the comments if you do. Let me know in the comments if you do. What is Cliff Kingsbury's record in the NFL? Appreciate you, AZ Sports Girl. Kyler and Cliff are at each other, in my opinion. Yeah, I think you're saying that I agree. I'm getting the information right now, but I do think it is a little outdated just because I don't think it is counting this game here. Do you know Cliff Kingsbury's record? Seth says it's 24, 27, and 1. We have Kenny saying 23, 25, and 1. We have AZ saying 25, 27, and 1. Wow. What has Cliff done, ladies and gentlemen? What has Cliff done? Do you know what Matt LaFleur's, the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, do you know what his record is? 42-12. Now, granted, yes, he's got Aaron Rodgers. I'm right there with you. But 42-12 is what Matt LaFleur's. So excuse me when I'm sitting here and saying that Cliff ain't the guy. Because what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a head coach that is riding the coattail of a quarterback that can do it all. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Cliff Kingsbury ride the coattail of a quarterback that's as explosive as Kyler Murray is and that can do it all. Cliff Kingsbury's record is disgusting. It's mediocre. It's mediocrity. Matt LaFleur in the Green Bay Packers, 42-12, ladies and gentlemen. 42-12. Let that sink in, and you tell me why I should be ecstatic about Cliff Kingsbury. Tell me. Tell me why you think we're going to win the Super Bowl. Please, I'm waiting. We're going to segue this into opening up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the Red Sea. I am putting a link in the chat here below. If this is your first time here, it's really easy. All you need to do is click on the link and you can just jump on through. Now, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on Facebook, this is your time to come on and say the things that you've been talking about in Twitter, saying things like, oh my God, Mike, you're so negative. Blah, 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 blah. So for all the Twitter people out there right now that are, watching this stream in their bed sheets, right? Knees to chest, pissed off because I'm talking so much negativity. This is your chance. This is your chance to come on here to the live stream and tell me why I should be gung-ho about Cliff Kingsbury. I promise you, we ain't going to get it. We ain't going to get it. They never come. So Twitter, the people in the Twitter world, come onto YouTube, AZ Sports Fan, jump on through. There's a link in the chat. Click on it, come through. Facebook watchers, if you want to just watch, chill, no worries, cool. I got no beef there, but I got the beef with the Twitter people out there right now that are just so darn positive about everything that's happening to this Arizona Cardinal team. So come through, click on the link, jump on in, and let me know how you guys are feeling about this Arizona Cardinal team. Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me know. All right, let's get over here. Let's go ahead and get Alex up here right now. Alex, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling about the Cardinals?
My fantasy team actually just went nuts. Just now, some Bear thing. So we're going back to this same circle where it's just this terrible play calling that Cliff is providing us. Now, I remember looking. I don't know if it was you that mentioned this, or if you shared this on Twitter. Someone said that Kyler would strive and be a far better QB if he was under a Kyle Shanahan like play calling. They're very just something about his play calling to me seems like that's it right there. Even with Baltimore's head coach, they very much adapt to the QB's running a lot, and I like that. That's what we need out of Kyler. And someone in your comments below said, I don't know if you saw that, Mike. Someone said, "Well, what has Kyler done last year?" And to my rebuttal to that is he's gotten us pretty dang far from previous years. He's the only reason why this team is relevant. He is the only reason why we're winning any games. This isn't Cliff's doing. This is all Kyler's doing. Kyler is literally carrying this team. But God forbid the Kyler haters. The man could breathe incorrectly, and the fans who are against Kyler light him up. But for some reason, they just completely just nonchalantly ignore what Cliff is doing. He is a cancer on this team. Bidwell does not know what he's doing. He needs to open his eyes and realize that this marriage is not working out. And it's getting so irritating and painful to watch. We're wasting talent on the field because of Cliff, because of Kine. This is ridiculous, and I don't understand why we as Cardinal fans got to suffer through this.
It's because of the fans. It's the fans. That's accepting mediocrity. That's what it is. It's, oh my God. So like I'm reading the comments on here right now, and they're like, you guys, here's the problem. We focus so much on one game, right? They're like, oh my God, you guys almost beat the best team in the NFL. Okay, but this is bigger than just this one game, and of course, because this is a big topic. Eagles and Cardinals, big topic coming around. People want to start coming on stream, but we've been talking about this forever now. It's not just we woke up one day and said we hate Cliff. No, this has been forever in the making.
4 years. This has been going on for 4 years. It's been done. And hearing all the fair weather fans saying, "Oh, we almost got it there. We almost beat them." Bear in mind that mentality's been going on for years.
Oh yeah.
Get the fact that we have Kurt Warner. God bless his soul. He's a great player by no stretch of the imagination. But we got Kurt Warner on our Hall of Fame Ring of Honor because we almost got the Super Bowl. We almost got the Lombardi. Same thing with Palmer. He almost got us to the promised land. I'm tired of mediocrity. I'm tired of this. Because of this non-winning culture that we have, the fans are cool with this. I, for one, much like you, I'm not cool with this. I want a winning team.
I agree, man. I agree. Appreciate you as always, man. Have a great rest of the day, man. All right, we're going to keep it going. Let me get to these super chats real quick. We got Braden saying, let's get something straight. Amendola's bad. Appreciate you with the super chat. Thank you so very much. We got James saying, bro, keep doing what you're doing. Love the truth you provide every week. Fireclimb, Cliff, ASAP. We are going to lose Kyler. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Let's keep it moving here. Let's get Bass up in here right now. I haven't had Bass in a while. Bass, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
What's up, Mike? Can you hear me?
What's up, brother? Yes, I can.
Okay, what's going on, man? I just wanted to say that I went to the game and there was a lot of Eagles fans there, man. There was hella Eagles fans there. It was annoying. They were singing their little chant. But I agree with you on saying that I think that Cliff is the main problem, honestly, and the front office. And I'm a K1 fan as well. I love that guy. He's our quarterback. And I just feel like he's man, he has a lot of weight on his shoulders because he's been practically carrying the team. And the guy that went before me was saying that he's basically the main reason why people pay attention to the Cardinals is K1.
It ain't Cliff, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted to come in and say that I was at the game and there was a lot of Eagles fans there, and that's annoying to see our home stadium just get filled with green, and they were singing their chants, and it was just loud when K1 was on the field, when the offense was on the field. Man, it just felt like it was an away game or something like that.
100%, dude, 100%. All right, brother, appreciate you as always, man. Have a great rest of your day, man.
Later, Mike.
Yeah, I was at the game too, and I share that same sentiment. I do. Ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to eat a freaking chicken strip in State Farm Stadium, and I kept hearing E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles, Eagles, and it was frustrating, ladies and gentlemen. It was frustrating. We gotta stop being complacent and let me eat my chicken strip. Let's move on to the next person here. Let's go ahead and get Justin. Justin, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
You know, I mean, we lost, but at least I did see some more potential than we've seen probably this whole year at all. Actually, I mean, the first quarter, it was bad. I was like, oh, God, it's going to be another game, about to shut this off. But we came back. It wasn't just a second half team. We actually showed some good sides of the ball, but just disappointing to get that loss after all that fight that we had in the game. But I think, too, the Cliff Kingsbury, those plays, those tricky plays he tries to do, that when we have good tempo running down the field, that he does those plays and we get stuffed, it really just shuts us down. And I think it just comes down to Cliff. With, you know what I'm saying? Like the behind, all those different types of plays that just get shut down instead of doing the things that actually work.
Yep.
But
I agree.
And I mean, too, getting the State Farm Stadium filled with Eagles fans didn't help, but who knows, that may have helped us be good because we only do good on the way. And I mean, it's kind of an away game if a majority of the fans were Eagles fans, but I just got to Arizona probably a couple weeks ago, and I can tell you myself, I'm really not motivated to go to any games right now.
As you shouldn't be.
So many, it's just terrible to see.
Yeah, I agree, man. Anything else you want to say before I keep bringing other people on?
Cliff and Com need to go. I mean, it kind of goes down to the owner, too. I mean, Steve Bidwell. It's kind of roots from him, too. It's just kind of all around. We need to turn around. Kyler Murray, though, I see him as the future. I really like him as a quarterback, but the coach and him just need to get out.
I agree, man. I agree. I appreciate you for coming through, man. Thank you so very much, Justin. Appreciate you. All right, one thing I want to talk about here real quick, and I'm gonna keep the phone lines up and running. I think it's funny, right? I think it's hilarious. We got Cardinal, the Cardinal Twitter page ended up banning me. Tell me why now the Cardinal YouTube page is trying to get post-game reactions up in here right now. They're trying to phase your boy out, ladies and gentlemen. They know I exist. They definitely know I exist. Let's keep this going here. I saw somebody right here that I want to. Oh, Rafa, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. Tell me why you like Cliff. What's up, man? You there, Rafa?
Yeah.
Talk to me, man.
All right, man. So I'm for Cliff. I believe in Cliff. The thing for Cliff to start working is that he needs a great defense. Like, we're talking about Legion of Boom type of defense. Because he starts slow. It's also because of execution, not just the plays. Because as you could tell, he keeps on calling the same plays every week. We see that. It's a slow start, but with the great defense, I believe that's how Cliff will get us the Super Bowl, to be honest.
Okay, so you're saying that Cliff doesn't need to do anything. We just need to get a better defense?
We just need to get a better defense.
It's kind of tough. I mean, Keim isn't the best. Do you believe in Keim?
No.
Okay.
No,
so
but I believe in Cliff.
Okay. Okay, so let me ask you this, if you don't mind, just to kind of pick your ear real quick. So Cliff Kingsbury, I guess my question to you is, like, I guess why the confidence in Cliff and why not somebody else, right? Like, why not? Is it just because his story, or what is it about Cliff? Like, what's he doing?
More wins. We're increasing. We're increasing, just that we don't have the defense that he needs to keep going. Because all the late starts, the defense will bail us out.
Okay. We weren't a good team last year. I mean, last year we were a good team, but we crashed. Do you know Cliff Kingsbury's record? Cliff Kingsbury's, I think, like 20, like it's below 500 right now, like his entire record for the 4 years. Does that matter, or you just year to year? That's what you're looking at.
No, it matters. The records matter.
Mm-hmm.
But has he had a defense like we're talking about Legion of Boom type defense? He hasn't.
I agree, but what if we got Sean Payton? Sean Payton offense and then Legion of Boom? Isn't that a recipe for success?
It could be.
Okay. I respect it. Appreciate you, Rafa. You want to say anything else before I let you go?
No, that's it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Have a great day, man. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going here. Let me get to the super chat. We got back to the Constitution. It says 8 straight losses at home. That's what's really losing the organization. Detroit doesn't do that, man. Cliff blows hope. He's fired midseason, so we win. All right, appreciate the super chat. Back to the Constitution. We got a lot of anger here, definitely in the chat. You're not alone, my guy. So let's keep it going. Let's get see, we haven't had somebody here in a while. Let's get Charge Entertainment on here. So Charge Entertainment, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Obviously, keep it clean. What's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah, man. From this game, there's just a lot of negatives, a couple positives. JJ Watt, he did great again. He's improved a lot from last year off of injury. But Kyler, I saw a bunch of things. Kyler overthrowing left and right. Cornerbacks not really being cornerbacks, constantly week after week leaving receivers open. The deep Marco Wilson in particular, I've hated him since the moment we got him. We got him in the same draft as, I believe, Tay Gowan. Remember him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was kind of surprised that we let him go instead of Marco Wilson because I saw a lot of potential in him.
Yeah.
And for fantasy wise, when you go look at fantasy, there's really no Cardinals players that break out for you fantasy wise. So if you're a fantasy player, you probably don't have a Cardinals player. Hollywood Brown, maybe. But if you think about it, there's no other Cardinals players that would help you in fantasy. Not James Conner, not Kyler, no one.
Oh, yeah. 100% agree. What do you think of the 8-0 straight losses at home?
That's why I didn't really have much high expectations for this game. I did think it'd be close because of Kyler, because he can keep games close. But as for that, I didn't really expect much. I did expect a loss, but I wouldn't have been surprised either way because it's this Cardinals team surprises you week after week.
Yeah. We don't know who's going to be out there for sure, man. I appreciate you as always, man. Have a great rest of the day, dude. Later. All right, let's keep it going here right now. Let's get AZ Sports Girl. AZ Sports Girl, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the Cardinals?
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I've had multiple mixed emotions. Like Cliff, he still doesn't know what he's doing. Like I figured like after last week, he would maybe try and get the guys to improve, but yet again, he just doesn't really care. He doesn't show passion anymore. Like, dude, like come on. And Kyler just I don't know what to say about him. I really don't. And yet again, just like last week, the media just isn't holding Cliff accountable. And I feel like ever since last week with Kyler and Cliff being at each other's throats, they've just gone down two different paths. They don't listen to each other. It's sad.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And I think that's one of the big things here, right? It's funny because I know there's a lot of people out there that like look at this YouTube channel. They're like, oh my God, you guys have such a small YouTube channel. You know, you're nobody. And yeah, you're right. I'm just a fan. That's all I am. You guys are really what make this channel go. But what are your thoughts of, yeah, the media? Like I was hearing them driving home from this game and everything was such a positive spin that when you're talking to an average Cardinal fan that are just watching to watch the game because they don't like football like we do, is that's what they have in their mind. And that's what's ingrained in their mind that, oh, look at this positive. This is a positive. But truth be told, like, are we going to win the Super Bowl? That's what we want to know, right? I don't care about, oh my God, we're doing better here. I want to win the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I was like really excited thinking we were going to go to the Super Bowl. But if we keep playing like this, we ain't going to go to the Super Bowl at all. Like, it hurts me to say that as a Cardinals fan, but it's true. Like, we ain't going to go to the Super Bowl at all if we keep playing like this.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, I think no fan is talking Super Bowl right now, and I think that's rightfully so. Any other thoughts, AZ Sports Corp, before I let you go?
Just interested to see how the media goes tomorrow. I can't wait to watch that and see what Cliff's excuse is now.
Yeah, same old, same old. Appreciate you. Thank you. Later. All right, let's keep it going here right now. Let's get Chris. Chris, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling?
I'm getting very tired of Cliff Kingsbury, honestly. Yeah, and it just gets worse. Like, I was looking at my phone before I started to go out to work on the yard, and I see that we are on the Philadelphia 2-yard line before halftime. And then I see the score go from 14-7 to 14-10. And I did not like that at all. That was a poor play call by Cliff. Because 2 yards, Kyler Murray can easily get that in the end zone for the touchdown. So if it should have been anything other than tied, it should have been because we missed the freaking thing, the extra point or something. Because I feel like in the last 2 years, there's been a lot more of that in the NFL as a whole. So yeah. Yeah,
I agree, man. I know you're not in Phoenix. Obviously, we don't need to say where you're at, but like,
yeah,
8-0. I mean, sorry, we're 0-8 at home. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like the Cardinal culture. Like, what are your thoughts in this whole?
Well, it's certainly not making me want to actually make the trip out to Phoenix unless I've got something else I can do. Like, in a week, it's probably not going to happen. Oh wait, it's actually more than that because this coming game's is in Seattle, but there's a game in Arizona against Seattle that the 2 days before are the 2 back-to-back days that the Trailblazers play on the road against the Suns. Something like that is probably the only way I'm going to go to a Cardinals game at this rate.
Yeah,
it's right there. I can just go to the game.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. 0-8 is definitely bad, and nobody has the answer. Any other thoughts before I let you go, Chris?
Nope, I'm kind of just waiting for the NHL season to start up now, and NBA, especially NBA, because I've actually got a team up here I can watch.
Yeah, touche. All right, man. Appreciate you as always, man. Have a great rest of the day, brother. Later. I agree. I mean, it's funny to me, right? I mean, I'm still waiting for somebody to try to convince me why Cliff is is great, right? I'm still waiting. Nobody's convinced me. No, God bless my guy. Rafa, appreciate you for coming in. It definitely takes a lot of guts to come on here and staying true to your word. And I appreciate you for doing it. But nothing's changed my mind at all. What has Cliff done for this organization? What has he done? He's less than 500 on his record for 4 years. Less than 500. When you look at Matt LaFleur has a record of 42-12. Now, that might be a little outdated, but that's what I'm expecting as a Cardinal fan. I'm tired of mediocrity, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get to Arjun. Arjun, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about this Cardinal team?
Yo, Mike, how's it going? Can you hear me?
What's up, bro? Yes.
Yo, okay, so look, today was really disappointing, but I still think there were some positives that we can take away from this, right? So if Jalen Thompson never wasted that timeout, right? Or if Kyler hit Ertz on that wide open pass, if Jalen Thompson had actually got that interception that we saw, the one that he obviously was ruled an incomplete, there was just a lot of things that one big Hollywood drop, right? I don't know if you remember that, right? He had that ball in his hands and he juggled it, but if he had caught that, there was so much room for him to run, right? So there was, and this is the undefeated Eagles, right? They're 4-0, so we came close to knocking them off, and to be honest, that's better than what I expected. But then there was also a whole bunch of negatives. I mean, first of all, Kyler did not look too good today. I mean, he missed that Hollywood throw that ended up being a pick. I mean, if Kyler had put 10, 15 yards on that ball, that would have been a touchdown. Hollywood had some separation and Kyler just underthrew him. And then obviously that Zach Ertz, I mean, if he hit Zach Ertz, who was wide open on the sidelines, we would have won the game. I mean, well, it's not a given, I guess, but we would have come really close to winning that game, a whole lot better than we were before, right? Yeah. So, and then also Rondale Moore, I mean, he stalled out so many drives for us in the first half. I feel like the way Cliff is using him, there was so many times, every single one of his passes, at least in the first half, were just screens that got blown up and then it ended up killing the drive. So, I mean, I think Cliff, I think he can draw up some good plays sometimes, but it's just the way he decides to use them and the situations that he decides to use, the screen passes on 3rd and 17, the checkdowns on 4th and long. I mean, he can draw up some good plays. He's like they say, he is a good offensive minded head coach. He doesn't know how to put it together properly, and he doesn't have the leadership to get this team to win.
Yeah,
so
I agree. Do you think Super Bowl? Obviously not this year, right? But do you think he can get us a Super Bowl? Be realistic. Seriously.
I mean, I think if we have the right roster, I know that guy earlier who came on the show said if we have a really good defense and if we have the perfect pieces, I think Cliff has it in him to get the Super Bowl, but he can't elevate a team, right? You need a Super Bowl caliber team, and then he can take that Super Bowl caliber team to the playoffs and maybe get to the Super Bowl. But if you have a team like a roster that we have right now, I mean, Cliff is not elevating that team to like a Super Bowl contender. So
yeah,
those are my thoughts.
No, I know, it's great
then,
thoughts.
You also have to think about, like, if you bring in another coach, it's a whole thing for the players, right? The players are used to Cliff's scheme. They're used to like him obviously being the coach and being the leader. Granted, it may not be like perfect leadership, but the players have been used to this for 4 years. And if you bring someone in, it's like you're wiping that slate clean again. And if you bring in someone like, for example, Nathaniel Hackett, I mean, he's looked awful in Denver. So if you bring in someone that is like even on Cliff level, or I mean, obviously, hopefully not, but a downgrade from Cliff, then you're even more screwed. So you also have to consider that, right? Like the players are used to Cliff, they know the scheme,
too, right? Brian DeBall.
That's true, yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, right? Matt LaFleur. I mean, bring him in. He's already a winning coach. Sean McVay. Oh my God. Like, right.
Yeah.
I feel like, I agree with you. There is definitely, you got to get the right head coach, right? If we do.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to know who to get.
100%. All right, Arjun, appreciate you as always, brother. Have a great day, man. Yeah, great points. I mean, great points. 100% great points. I did see somebody on the comments say if yeah, I mean, right. I mean, that is what football is, though. Football is situational. It happens on very particular things. Like if this happened, that would have happened. Yeah, I mean, I agree. But I mean, the most important thing here right now is that we don't have a win. Now, I get the side of it all. I get it. I get where people are coming from, where the whole thought of like, hey, they're the best team, right? They're the best team in the NFL right now. And I think that the Arizona Cardinals stacked up very well. Honestly, I think we stacked up very well against this team. The things that's going to do, make us that winning team or not make us the winning team, to me, is the head coach, is the decisions that he makes throughout the game. Because we remember the little things that happen, right? The big impacted games, right? The Hollywood Brown juggle. We miss the Matt Amendola kick. Like, that's what we remember. But throughout this entirety of the game, Rondale Moore, 100%, he's put out there to fail with all these constant screens when we're on a 2nd and short, 3rd and short, and we're screening Rondale Moore left and right. Stop. But that's the thing. Cliff doesn't stop. And I think that's the biggest thing that's going to make you a winning team compared to a team that, hey, we're going to get there soon. Because 4 years, to me, 4 years is plenty enough time to get whatever the heck is going on with this offense to get together. It should be plenty of time. This doesn't happen to any other organization but the Arizona Cardinals. It doesn't. It doesn't. Cliff Kingsbury's 4th year. Why are we still struggling? Why are we still struggling? Because the leadership, because the accountability, it's all obvious. Kyler Murray comes on the podium and he says we're not playing we're not playing complementary football. No, duh. We've been talking about not playing that football. We've been talking about that forever. Why does it take K1 to come out here and say this is what's going on when we've been talking about it forever? The defense doesn't play for the offense, or when the defense looks good, the offense looks crap. When the offense looks good, the defense looks crap. The special teams are just there. There's no culture. There's no culture. They don't want to win for each other. They all have their own agendas. That's what I'm getting at. And that's what's supposed to be built from these GM, the owner, the head coach. That's where the culture is supposed to come from. And it's not. It's not coming from them at all. Let's keep it going here. Let's get Yessie. Yessie, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How you feeling?
Hello.
Hello.
All right. First off, Kai needs to go. Like, the reason we are failing so far this season is because he did absolutely nothing during the offseason to get better. He didn't make any defensive moves to get better pass rushers. Like the fact that we only have like maybe 5 sacks, I think, and it's already week 5. Is absolutely like, come on, you got to do better. Like, we faced the Rams last week. What was the last? I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
They only got like 2 sacks on them. San Francisco faced them last week and got like 6 sacks in that game. It's like, how, like, you got to make this team better. And it's just frustrating. I think Cliff, like, I have like reservations of Cliff. Like, I think, I feel like if the best use of the Cliff is maybe make him offensive coordinator and getting a better head coach. I feel like Cliff, he's not that type of guy to be in control of a team. I think he's I think he's just like he has too much on his plate, and he's trying to be this office genius, but he just has too much on his plate. And it's like we just got to get a better head coach and move into a smaller deal, and maybe then it'll finally work. But this Kime needs to go. Like Kime, I like we all love him because of the D Hop trade, but that was 3 years ago, and he
Yeah.
hasn't done nothing since. And it's like, why did he's still like frustrating that they extended him? But
I mean, if this season goes south, I don't see how we can. My fear is that we are going to remain a mediocre team, 7, 8 wins, 9 wins. That's what I fear, and we're gonna keep them because our fan base is cool with it. Like, oh, we won 9 games, awesome, cool. That's not cool. We want the Super Bowl, but that's my fear. Like, if we lose, I hope we go down like a burning trash can, so we can really figure out what the heck we need to do with these two guys, because I fear if we go set like 9 wins, 8 wins, or even no, sorry, 9 to 10 wins, I don't think they're gonna fire him.
and
Either of them.
that's the scary part of that I think we might still have a chance to win the division, but it's not because we're a competent team. It's because this division this year has been absolutely garbage. So they're gonna see if we win the division, they'll be like, oh, okay, that's fine. We won the division, we made the playoffs, and so let's keep on going. But it's like, no, this division this year is garbage. So if we win the division, it doesn't matter because we were just the better of the garbage teams that are out there right now.
We're the better of the garbage. I love that. All right, appreciate you, Yessie. Thank you so very much. Have a good day. I mean, you're 100% right. I mean, right? I mean, how else do we shake it other than that, right? I mean, this is our life. This is the reality of Arizona Cardinal fans, right? That is my fear. That is my huge fear, that the Arizona Cardinals are going to win 8 games, 9 games, and we're like, oh, cool, we're dope, we're great. Nah, elevate yourselves, get better. We went to the playoffs. I saw somebody on the comments saying, you guys went to the playoffs last year. Isn't that good? No, that's not good enough. Ask any team in the NFL saying, oh, you went to the playoffs next year. Is that no? And nobody asks that but a freaking Cardinal fan. You went to the playoffs. Give them no. Win. I just don't get it. Why? Twitter people, why? Facebook people, why? YouTube people, why? I don't get it. I don't. All right, let's do this. We have a few more. We had a couple more. Maybe we'll just do one more. Let's get to is it Elias? I believe. Elias, I think. Elias, you were live on the AC Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling about this game or Cardinals?
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
Man, I'm feeling real mad. I'm feeling real mad. Why is Cliff Kingsbury calling multiple screens when he knows it's not working? Why does he do that? Keem, we gotta get rid of Keem. And Cliff Kingsbury needs to stop acting like a little girl and accept he needs an offensive coordinator. That's just my opinion.
No, that's great. Here's the fearful part that they've asked him before, like, hey, you need an offensive coordinator. He was like, nah, I'll retire, he said, before he gets an offensive coordinator. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah. Get an offensive coordinator so he can retire. Yeah.
Facts, love it. All right, quick question. One last thing. We're 0-8 at home. What are your thoughts on losing at State Farm Stadium for 8 straight times?
I'm from Massachusetts, but what's going on? Like, we're supposed to build a culture, and there's no culture. How we lose? How we're 0-8?
Yeah. Well, question for you real quick. Oh, Massachusetts, that's next to Patriots, right? Ish team?
Wait, hold on. I can't hear you. The audio went out. My fault.
Oh no, you're good. So you're in Massachusetts, you said. So is that close to like New England for the Patriots and stuff like that?
Yes.
Right. So my question to you, right? I mean, I'm assuming you hear a lot of Patriots news. What other fan base would allow this, right? I mean, I'm assuming this fan base.
They would have protested. It would have been protesting. There's no way, especially for the Patriots. There's no way they'll allow it to slide. No way. There'll be protests everywhere. No one will go to any games. This is what I feel like Cardinals Nation needs to do. We need to stop going to the games. They see that we're not interested in the team no more. They're gonna be like, okay, what's wrong? They're gonna look at Kime. Finally, after we've been saying this for multiple years, we need to stop going to the games. This is disappointing. This is disappointing. And hold on, my fault. I'm going on the rant. But the Kyler haters, understand he had a bad game, but the Kyler haters is ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%.
Ridiculous.
100%.
He's a top 5 quarterback when he's really in his mode. And I feel like Cliff is the reason why he can't get it going this year.
I agree, man. I agree. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day. Appreciate it. No, great call. Great call. Beautiful example. The Patriots, they won't allow it there. Cardinals, we allow it. We're fine. Because why? We shut the door. We don't want to hear it, right? We have a bad game. We got fans sleeping with the freaking knees to chest, covers up their head. They don't want to hear any noise out there. They don't. Because they want to see the positive side of it. And that's fine. I'm not saying think negative, but what has this Arizona Cardinal organization done that you're so darn confident that we're going to get this fixed? What have we done? Cliff Kingsbury has a losing record in the NFL. News alert, ladies and gentlemen. Cliff Kingsbury has a losing record in the NFL, and it probably can get worse if he still remains the head coach for this year. Matt LaFleur has a winning record, and they were signed in the same freaking year. It won't happen anywhere else but here. It won't happen anywhere else. There would be protests. There would be people not going to games. There would be people coordinating with each other to tell this organization we are fed up, we are pissed because you are extending people that shouldn't be extended. Kyler Murray is the real deal. Yes, he had a bad game, 110%. The big elephant in the room is I don't think Kyler Murray likes Cliff Kingsbury. He doesn't. They can be civil with each other. For my adults in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the adults in the chat, I'm assuming you have some people that you work with that you're not fond of, but you can work with each other. That's Cliff and Kyler. They got two different visions, ladies and gentlemen. They got two different visions. Cliff is not the guy. He's been riding the coattail of Kyler Murray. That's what's been happening this whole time. That's why he's relevant. The only reason why the Cardinals are being talked about is because of Kyler Murray. Put him in another system. Please. Let me get to Parker here real quick at the super chat. From Eagles fan, the 2-minute drill looked messy. Thank you. Appreciate you, Eagles fan. Thank you so very much for being here. Because you're right. No, Cardinals fans don't want to accept it. When I was leaving the stadium, ladies and gentlemen, we had everybody. No, there was upset Cardinal fans. Let me say that. There were some upset Cardinal fans that were leaving that were pissed off and saying, why would you let a guy named Matt Amendola that's been signed this morning, why did you allow him to make the winning kick? Why? And there was also a Buccaneers fan that came up and said, Cliff Kingsbury ain't the guy, man. And I was like, I know, fire Cliff Kingsbury. But he straight up and told me saying that we don't have it with Cliff. Why does it take another organization to come out here and tell us the truth? Because Cardinal fans don't want to admit it. We would rather hide in their beds, knees to chest, blanket over our heads and not worry about it and like to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's why. Knees to chest, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get to the super chat here real quick from Hector. He says, 3x Texas State Championships, Heisman Trophy, Rookie Offensive Player of the Year, 2-time Pro Bowler. Kyler Murray is not the problem. Cliff is. Absolute facts. Facts. Yeah, Murray is going to have bad games. 100%. He's going to have bad games. But this isn't on Murray, ladies and gentlemen. This is on Cliff Kingsbury's inability to adjust, inability to evolve, inability to get an offensive coordinator to help him out. They're so stubborn in their ways that they are not trying to get anything else. And one thing I want to mention real quick, ladies and gentlemen, right here, before I let you guys go, because we're going to be ending the live stream here pretty soon. I promise you, this Arizona Cardinal team knows your boy, man. They know who I am. They block me on Twitter, on their YouTube page. They are having things like post-game reaction thoughts. garbage. They want to poison you, man. They want to brainwash you to let you think that everything's okay. Nah, they know who I am. They know that the accountability of the people that we're getting up in here in these live streams, and it's a real thing, and we're fearing the pockets of Michael Bidwell. They know. Tell me why they started doing these little live streams. Tell me why they started doing all these other little things now, because they know that this channel exists. They know that you guys here are passionate, strong-willed Arizona Cardinal fans that want better. Problem is, they don't want better. Michael Bidwell's #1 goal is getting that MGM stupid Sporting's bet freaking building made. That's what his prized possession was. He didn't care about this team. He didn't care about that Keim didn't elevate. He doesn't care. He cared about that sports betting thing that's going to make him millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars. That's what he cared about. He could care less about the Arizona Cardinals not getting better. We regressed, ladies and gentlemen. We regressed as an organization, as a team. So fed up with this organization. I am so fed up. The biggest thing Michael Bidwell did was made that stupid building right there that's going to make him millions and millions of dollars. The MGM Sporting thing. That's the best thing he did. That's the only thing he cares about. He doesn't care about the Arizona Cardinals. Come on. All right. Let's end the live stream right here, ladies and gentlemen. For the people that didn't get a chance to come in through, I apologize, everybody, but there's only a certain amount of, space or people that I can get in. So if you want to jump back in, make sure that your post notification bell is on. That's the best way to do it. We open up the phone lines a lot more than you think. Make sure your post notification bell is on. Subscribe if you haven't already. But let me live this right here. They know who I am. They know who you guys are. They know that we are going to start something up here fairly soon if this thing doesn't get fixed. They know. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody for coming here. Hector got it right. Don't forget to like the live stream 100%. We got 130 people right now. We better be leaving this live stream with 130 likes. I appreciate you. Thanks, Hector. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. It's been an absolute pleasure trying to get some sleep. Try not to think about this Arizona Cardinal organization because my heart is hurting too, as much as your guys is as well. So I'm going to leave you with this. Have a great rest of your day. We are going to start continuing to make videos of the Arizona Cardinals as the season goes through. But follow me on all my social platforms are down here at the bottom. Links are in the description of this video below as well. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cards.